Get it all out now, baby. Why don't you take your shoes off?
Shall I? Yes, yeah, I could do that.
Are you a shoes off in the house, Brandon, person, or a shoes on?
I'm if I'm on this, shoes off. Well, no, shoes on.
Oh, okay.
But then, yeah, I since it's hardwood, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I get that.
But yeah. But some people like to walk around in their socks. And,
Yeah,
hey.
I do, sorry.
I have house Crocs. Do you have house shoes?
Yeah.
Say that's a normal thing.
Yeah, I just like to be barefoot, you know.
House Crocs.
Yeah, I love some house shoes.
That'd be nice.
Yes. Okay, let's get it. Yo, wait, what is your name?
Sam.
Sam, okay. Sam,
I'm
so
Sam.
Okay, got Ricky and Sam here. Yo, the world's greatest couple. Okay, before we even get started with anything, a quick hitter. Ask you some couple questions.
Okay. Hit us.
All right, so I'm gonna ask one of you the question.
Okay.
I want the other one to turn their head and write down what you think the answer will be.
For like that person?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so I'll start. I'll ask you. You'll write.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Wait. So I can't see what she's writing, right?
Yeah. So,
But
so
I
I'm
can't
asking
see
you.
how you answer, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna give
So
you.
I'll have the answer in my head.
Yeah, I'll give
Okay,
you
got
like
it.
10, 15 seconds.
Got it.
Okay. If Ricky were to win the lottery, other than you, hold on. If Ricky were to win the lottery, other than you, who's the first person he'd call?
Oh shit. The first person he call?
I feel like we talked about this, but
Okay, go.
Well, are you ready?
I think so.
Oh
Okay,
fuck!
all right.
I already know wrong. I already know wrong by Okay, go.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Show the camera. Well, who'd you say?
I said my dad.
I said Kyle. Yeah,
yeah.
sorry.
Okay, it's okay. Okay.
That was a hard
Because we
one.
were gonna, he was gonna manage the finances.
Kyle would also be a good person to manage the funds.
Yeah, he would be too, but
Maybe second.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So you. Okay. What is the exact type of deodorant that Sam uses?
Fuck.
You know.
I know
You know.
Oh, I got it. Show the camera.
All right, 3, 2, 1. What do you say?
Megababe, Rose, something. Rosy Pits.
I don't know the flavor.
Okay, Megababe's good
But
enough.
Megababe is the brand.
Okay.
nailed it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know your particular flavor.
Rosy Pits is the flavor.
Okay. Next question.
Okay.
When is the last time Ricky went out of town without you?
Oh.
This is an easy one. I'm not looking.
Well, I don't know the day. Do I have to know the exact date?
What was the occasion?
Okay. I'm gonna just write the occasion.
Okay, I'm not looking.
Try to serve up a softball before the next one.
You had to even out the score.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Okay.
Yep.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
When I got corrective eye surgery.
Okay. Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back to level.
So now I can see.
Now you just have to get this one wrong so we could be even.
Okay.
Okay. If Sam were to watch one movie to help after a really bad day, what would it be?
This is hard. Can you give me like a time frame? Because I feel like
It
for me
depends
it
on the
changes.
time of year, definitely. Like if you ask me right now,
It's
this
between
time of
two
year,
right
yeah.
now.
Okay, let's say it's around spring, March 21st.
March 21st. Damn, that's kind of my off season, Brandon. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, nice.
No. Okay. I'll think of one. Hold on. I'll think of one.
Sorry.
I don't know if
Ladarius
there's
is
like
up.
a specific.
All right, you just have to pick one.
Yeah.
That's my
Okay,
cat.
I'm gonna pick one too.
Okay, let me know you're ready.
I'm between two right now in my head. Okay, I'll
Hold
just.
hold on. I forget the name. But you bought it on Amazon.
That is the one I was thinking of.
Oh, really?
But you have to say it. You have to remember the name.
I
It
don't
counts.
remember the name. I know you bought it, and I was like, you bought this?
Okay, I'm gonna whisper what it is to Brandon, and then you explain the movie. And if you're right, we'll let it count. You can't explain it?
No, I can't remember. I just remember you buying a movie on Amazon and me being like, "Oh, you bought this," and you're like, "Yeah, we can watch it all the time now."
I don't think that's the one I was thinking about.
All right, well then I'm just gonna do a.
One of my repeats. I'm trying not to look.
Okay.
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 All right, 3, 2, 1.
180 degrees south.
I put Surfer Girl movie.
Okay,
Damn.
close.
I knew it was.
Close, because Surfer movie would have been more June. But I
Yeah,
felt
yeah.
like in March I'm still on winter
That's
activities.
what I'm saying. The time of
The
year.
time frame
That's
really
wild that
matters
y'all-
for me.
Yeah. Like if you ask now, it would have been Holiday or Meet the Coopers.
Yes, true.
Okay.
So it very much depends on the time of year.
Okay. Okay, I got 2 more.
Okay.
Wait, okay, who's...
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm very competitive, so I want to like get it right.
Okay.
All right. Sorry, Ladarius is up, y'all.
So cute.
So if Ricky had to choose his last meal, we're not saying anything, not death penalty or anything, just if he could go ahead and foretell it. What would be the dessert that he eats?
Okay, I know.
Last dessert ever on planet Earth.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Magnolia Bakery Banana Pudding.
Wow, that is
Yeah, that was. I
That was a good
that's the
question
one
for him.
I make too for like family, like Thanksgiving and holidays. I'll make it.
Word.
And I'll bring it. So
Yeah,
yeah,
my whole family.
That's very specific. Wow.
it does get requested.
Okay, word. Okay, last one.
Okay.
All right. If there were one celebrity that Sam could meet, dead or alive, not celebrity, the word celebrity is very vague, well-known person throughout history, could be now, could be history, that she can meet, who would it
There's
be?
so many. There are so many
Good,
for
okay.
because
Good.
there'll be like a new person that comes up, and you'll be like, oh my god, this person is so inspiring. Their story is so amazing.
I have a lot of hobbies, so like
Yeah.
I like a lot of big range of people that I
Okay,
follow.
but if you could choose one,
At the moment, like at this very moment.
At this very
Okay,
moment.
at this
all right,
very
all right,
moment, I'm
gonna
thinking
get
of
it.
one.
All right,
At this very moment, I'm thinking of one. Okay.
all right.
okay, all right, 3, 2, 1.
Cameron Diaz.
Oh, I put Maya the surfer.
Oh, true. That is a good
Yeah.
one to write. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I just watched the Cameron Diaz movie last night, so that's why.
Okay, oh, you're going way
The
recent
holiday.
memory. Okay.
Yeah, the holiday.
See, we told you. But yeah, I thought that was you were like, yeah, I'm thinking of one very recently. That was pretty recent.
Yeah, that
'cause we were
was.
just talking
Because I
about.
asked you to take me to Portugal to see the
Yeah.
movie.
Wait, why would you have to go to Portugal?
Because it's like a screening right now. Like it's
Yeah,
this
dude, it's-
inspiring story about this girl who had a dream to surf this wave in Portugal in Nazaré, and it's like one of the biggest waves in the whole world. And she created a movie, but there's only certain screening times, and we missed the one in New York by like a week.
Oh, this is like only certain screenings in certain cities.
In
Yeah,
certain
yeah.
like countries.
It's gonna be streaming eventually, but it's just not yet. Do you know her last name? I know her name is Maya, and the movie's called Maya and the Wave.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Word. Okay.
So that'll be on our. That'll be the next one. You know, if you catch us during that month,
Right.
that'll be the answer to the question.
Okay. Okay. One second. I'm gonna move this light up.
Okay.
Okay. A great start.
Okay, when he asked the favorite food thing, I thought he was gonna leave it at food. So I was gonna say New York pizza. Without
I was gonna say pizza.
accurate?
I was
Okay,
gonna say
okay.
pizza. What was the movie? That one was. What did you buy on Amazon?
Did you roll a dozen?
No.
Was it a rom-com or was it like an outdoorsy one? If it was an outdoorsy, John Florence.
No, that would have been a good one to meet though. That would have been a good person, like celebrity person for you to.
Yeah.
I don't remember. It was something that I was like, oh, you bought this, huh? you spent some money.
I do
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Okay, that was nice.
I like that game.
Yeah, that
We
game's
should play
fun.
that game more.
Okay, so segueing off of that, well, I guess y'all can introduce yourselves. We haven't even gotten there.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, I'm Sam.
And I'm Ricky. Oh my God, I cut you off. Sorry.
Wait. Can you back up just a smidge, just so
Yeah.
you can be in focus a little more?
Oh, come back here.
Oh, backwards.
Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, there, you know what I'm saying? We gotta get you in
Yeah, you
4K.
gotta get the
Yeah.
picture here, buddy.
4K, you know what I'm saying?
Front and center.
All right.
Okay, so how'd y'all meet?
He slid in my DMs. It's true. It's so true. He denies.
No.
But he did.
Word. Okay.
I remember I posted, and you confirm this, that I posted a song.
I'm
by
confirming
Cam,
this story.
And he added me on Instagram and replied, "Great song." And I had never really talked to him before. And I was like, and I remember I sent it to my friend at the time, and I was like, because he was kind of bad a little bit. So I was like, I'm a little scared.
Ricky's a nice guy.
Yeah.
He is now. Now I know that about him.
I was
but-
always a nice guy, but also that story is true. The sliding it out on the song. But
Yes.
she had commented on my pictures
After
first.
he liked all of my photos.
So I was like,
he
oh,
liked
she's
all
giving
of
me
my photos, so I
she's
was
giving me the
okay.
opening. And I don't think that that's true.
That
and,
is
and
true.
Conveniently, that Instagram is gone. She had started a new one
Yeah,
since, so we
I've
can't
gone
go
through
back.
many Instagram accounts. I go through phases.
Oh,
so,
word.
Yeah, so we can't look back for the proof, but there was initial interest.
On my end.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
That's
And
the
but
modern day
also
romance
we're from
story.
we're from the same town too. So we kind of
Knew of each other.
Knew of each other. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good- From Jersey, as y'all
Yeah.
told me. Okay,
Right.
word. Okay, nice. So, how did y'all start? I'm gonna get straight to it because y'all run marathons. Mm-hmm. You just ran the New York Marathon,
Yes.
26.2 miles.
Correct.
Who did y'all both always run, or like when did y'all run first? You know what I'm saying, and then the other kind of inspired the other.
Yeah, I have had a relationship with running since I was in high school, so that kind of started like my journey with it. And then I've always been really intrigued by like super big races, like people who are running across America and like just doing these huge things. I just thought it was really inspiring. So yeah, I got into it pretty young, and then but I felt like in and out of love with it. So I would like run, lift, like, you know, do all the things. And then more recently, I feel like I've really committed to it more.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
And then I got inspired because of her.
Okay, nice.
Because so when we started talking, she was running at that point. Like, I wouldn't say you wouldn't like training for anything, but like that was like how she worked out. Was
Okay,
like,
yeah.
I used to go on a lot of different kicks. So I would do like just challenges with myself. Like I'd run like 1 mile every hour on the hour. And then I would run like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So at some point during the day, I have to run 5 miles, 4 miles, 3. So like I would do all these like weird things with it.
Wait. So like, you'd run a mile, chill for an hour, run a mile. Yo. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Ricky, like, when did you like start being like, all right, I'm a runner?
well, so I started running because of her. I remember when we first started talking, I was like, I obviously saw that she was running and stuff, but I didn't really want to do that. And I remember I said to her, I was like, yeah, I'm not running.
No, we started talking.
So just so you know,
no.
I'm not running.
We started like dating. We're like, in the early phase when you're together every second of the day, and like it was like whatever. And I remember I had said to him like, okay, it's been like 2 months. I haven't worked out. Like I got to get back into it. Like tomorrow I'm gonna start running again. And he's like, okay, don't ask me to run with you. And I was like,
damn.
Okay. And then I literally went on one run, and I came home, and he's like, do you think we can go to the running store together and I can get some shoes? And I was like, okay.
I think it was like subconsciously was like, I just wanted someone to like push me to do it,
Yeah.
But like, cause I, for whatever reason, like, I didn't want to do it, but like part of me did want to like be a runner.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things that I see as like a very sustainable way of working out and, keeping up your health. And it's, like, so there's there's all of these like positive, things that go with it that I always have, recognized. But for whatever reason, I was just like, I'm not doing that. But then I just wanted someone to be like, give me a little excuse to do it. So she was running, and I was like, oh, and I like this girl, so I want to hang out with her more. So here, I'm missing out on like a couple hours of the day where I could be hanging out with her and exercising and stuff. So that's kind of how I got into it. But even then, it wasn't like. I wasn't like, oh, I'm going to run marathons. It was just like, oh, I'm just going to exercise.
Right.
And this is just how I'm going to exercise. It was never like, all right, well, now let's start training for like the, marathon A or whatever. It was just like, all right, I'm just going to run to stay fit kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was for like the first couple of years, I feel like.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, how long y'all been together?
About to be 4 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Word.
We're very different in that way, though. Like, I get motivated by the bigger goal versus, like, he gets more motivated by the, like, okay, like, I'm going to do this every day to stay fit. And to me, that would, like, not motivate me at all. I have to be like, okay, I'm going to do this so that one day I can run across America or, like, something. I
You need, like,
chase
a...
the big thing.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But
I'm a dopamine addict.
I love how, I feel like that's not always the case in life, but I love how typically women will get us doing some shit. Because it's funny, my best friend, he, I won't specify which one, but he just met this girl, and he's always been the kind of guy, like, he wants to work out, but, circumstances and stuff, it's just, American shit.
Right.
But he met this girl, they really like each other so far, and she works out every day at 4 a.m. So now he's in this position where he's like, I got you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and it's funny because like for years I've been like, man, come on, you have to work out and shit. But like, that's all it takes is a woman.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, I
That's all
swear.
it took.
No, but also I will say that I've never been able to. I've been running since I was probably 16, and I was never able to achieve my goal of running a marathon or even further until I started dating Ricky, because he's really good at reminding me to be consistent and how important consistency is. So like, again, I chase the big highs, so like I always want to go on the big runs, I don't want to do like the little bit every day. So I do think that like you've really helped me accomplish those goals, because it wasn't until we were like living together again that
Right.
I
think
really
we do like complement each other well, because I probably wouldn't even get to the starting line if it wasn't for her being like, let's sign up for this marathon. And she it's harder for her to like, all right, now that we've signed up for the big thing, here's the 16-week plan, and here's what we're going to do every day to build up to get there, kind of thing.
Okay, that's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. So like, when did the marathons start? Like, so y'all started dating more like COVID-ish, 2020-ish?
Around
Yeah.
that time,
Yeah.
Like right after.
Okay, so like, what time in history, I guess, did like what year did y'all start? Like when was the first marathon? Like, what was that like? Like that, I gotta know.
So the first marathon that I did was 2022.
It was the last, wasn't it the last day?
Yeah, the last day of 2022.
Okay.
And again, this has been something that I've been interested in since I was 16. I was never really able to accomplish it because I was always like training, like going OD, and then I would like burn myself out, and then I couldn't get to the goal. So I had made this commitment to myself that I was going to do a marathon that year, and I had moved down here by myself. He was living in New Jersey still because he was finishing school. So we went to the reservoir by our house, and I just ran around this loop. It was a 5-mile loop. And he was so sweet. He sat out in the car for 6 hours almost. It took me to do it.
Really?
Because I hadn't trained for it properly. It was like the coldest day ever in New Jersey. And yeah, so I just did it. I just wanted to do it. I just wanted to be able to check it off and say that I did it. Yeah. So that was my first.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say like she wasn't like training for it. She was just she was just like, I said I want to do this in 2022. This is literally the last day of 2022, so I have no choice but to do it now. And I'm gonna run 5 loops around this 5-mile loop, and whatever.
We made it work.
And we made it work. Yeah. So
Wow.
Yeah.
she would come around, and then I'd run a mile with her, and then I'd run back to the car, and then sit in the car for the next 3 miles till she came back around, and then I'd run another one, and then come back.
The most supportive boyfriend in the whole world.
That's love.
For real. It was a cold, miserable day.
Yeah.
It was very sweet, and the reservoir is very windy, so it was like not great conditions.
And then we saw Avatar later that night, and we both were like this in the movie theater.
Yeah, I'm like, how did you sit through a 3-hour movie?
That's true.
Word, okay.
So that's when it started, yeah.
Try to speak a little more, like, into the mic.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But y'all's voices do carry well.
Okay.
I feel like my laugh is so annoying, so I keep pulling it back. Okay, but your first marathon.
My first actual marathon was last 2023.
Yeah, last year.
Yeah, it was last year, 2023. And so again, I had been running again just to like stay fit, and then, but I had lived in New York for like 6 years, so I had always seen the New York City Marathon, and it's always one of those things that like I'd be like, oh, that would be cool to do. Like that'd be really cool to do. It was like a bucket list item, but it was just like one of those things that was. It was never like a reality, you know. It was never like a tangible goal. So like, but then she's in the running group here in Atlanta, like the Atlanta Run Club.
Shout out ARC.
And someone in like what was it, like group chat or like Discord or whatever, like someone posted a way to get into the New York City Marathon. You had to run a virtual marathon and then raise $1,000. Because normally, like the way to get into New York City is like either the lottery process, and that's just like it's like a 2% chance or something that you get picked, or you or
it's like really, really difficult to get into.
Or you sign on with a charity, and like then you have to raise X amount of dollars, and then you'll get a charity bib. But most of the charities you have to raise a minimum of $3,000. So if we both wanted to get in, we both 3,000, and we're both asking like the same pool of people, you know. So it's like, and if you don't reach that amount, then you know it's coming out of your credit card. You got to put your card on file. So we're like, all right, well, we can't do that. But one of her friends put her on to like I said, a virtual marathon. If you run a virtual marathon and you raise $1,000 for it was like Team Run for Kids, then you get guaranteed entry for the next year.
Okay.
So we were like, all right, let's do that. We were able to raise the money, and then we just had to run a virtual marathon, which is just a virtual marathon just means run a marathon but track it on Strava and then upload it to like whatever, like New York Road Runners or whatever. So you have to run a marathon and make sure it's tracking on your phone.
Okay.
So that was the first one that I trained for. That was at Silver Comet. Have you ever been to that? It's like a trail.
Wait, I've heard of Silver Comet. Is that like near the airport?
I don't know. It's like 70 miles. So we have one by
It goes into like Alabama,
yeah,
right?
it goes all the way down to Alabama. So it could be. There could be part of it by the airport. I don't really know.
Word. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're talking west. Okay.
Yeah. We ran. They hold a marathon there every fall. It's like a really local not many people
Yeah, there
at
were
all.
96 people, I think, the year we
yeah,
ran it, which
so-
is really small. Like, New York City was 55,000 and, like, 800 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like the biggest. That was like the biggest. We went from like the smallest marathon ever to running in the biggest race I think recorded.
Yeah,
like,
it's the
ever.
biggest race as of right now in the world. So the races keep getting bigger, but as of right now, that specific race that we ran, the New York City this year, was the largest race in the world.
Word.
Yeah.
I was thinking like 10,000 people.
No.
Well, that's what we thought too, because we had done the Atlanta half marathon. Like they hold the marathon and the half marathon in like late February.
Okay.
She did that the first year we were here. She did the half marathon. Then the next year we ran the. Was it?
Yeah, I did. Well, I did it the year before you came, and
Right.
or the last 2 years I've done it.
Okay.
And
yeah.
you did it the last
and
year.
then- right. But that marathon, I remember going there and I remember being like, wow, there's so many people here. Like, there's all this like fanfare and there's sponsors, like Adidas sponsors the event. Publix is like the main sponsor. So like these are like huge like brands. So I'm like, wow, this is so cool. It's right outside of Mercedes-Benz Stadium, blah, blah. And like I looked it up and it was like, there was like 8,000 people that did it. And I'm like, 8,000 people, like it felt huge. So hearing that there was 55,000 people in New York, it's like, you can't like really comprehend that until like you see it.
I can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was unreal.
Yeah. So anyway, my first marathon was training for that Silver Comet Marathon. And yeah, it was tough for sure because I remember like I had gotten sick in the middle of my like training plan. And then, so when the race day actually came, like I didn't like finish the plan like I wanted to. I remember the way the Silver Comet one works is you run 13 and a half miles one way, 13 and a half miles back, but it's just a straight thing. So we when we started that one, it's a flatter course. So we're like, all right, she wanted to like kind of go for it. I was like, you go for a time because it's a flatter course and I'm just going to slow you down. So we didn't run together.
Okay.
So when we ran, she went first and then she's coming back and she sees me like going forward and she's like, how you doing? And I'm like this. This was like mile like 9. And like I felt something in my leg. I'm like, I'm all right. But like I knew that it was going to be tough, like towards like come the latter half. So yeah, the I want to say from like mile 16 through the last 20, like all of the last 10 miles, it was my knees were like in crazy pain, like my ankle was in pain. Yeah, it was like a crazy sort of like I was fucked up.
Yeah.
Like I was really like hurting. And again, like I wasn't sure if I was injured, like blah blah blah, like what the deal is. Every like mile I'd stop and stretch, like make sure like everything was all right. They had like, again, this is a smaller race, like at Atlanta or New York, they have water cups or medical tents like every mile, but like this is a smaller race. So like you're going like 3 or 4 miles before you see like volunteers helping you out. And, so yeah, that one was definitely a mental struggle just to finish. And like our goal is to always, to not stop running. Like we don't want to walk. We just want to run the whole thing. So that was my thing. I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to fucking keep going. And I didn't walk the whole time. So I was proud of that. But yeah, that one was the first marathon and it was really, really hard, physically and mentally. But yeah.
And to be fair, he said he got sick. He had gotten COVID and didn't run for a month. So like anyone who trains, they know that that's not an easy recovery to like jump back into. And then that happened 2 months before the race. So to not be training and like that's usually the most heavy part of the training plan. Like that's pretty rough.
Yeah.
So I'm proud of you for finishing that one.
Yeah. So that was a nice one to, again. So we finished that one, and then once you finish it, you're guaranteed entry for New York the next year, which is what we just ran last month. Yeah.
Okay, so you have to run in some type of marathon, but you just have to virtually record it.
It didn't even have to be some type of marathon. You could have just ran 26 miles like around the neighborhood. It didn't have to be like a marathon or anything like that. They just wanted you to run that distance, and then you're in for the next year. Again, this was a very specific type of qualification because we were looking for that for 2026 and we haven't seen it, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know, like there's just a lot of people now. It's such a growing sport that like everybody wants to sign up, and
Yeah.
it's tough to get a bib, you know.
Yeah, because you mentioned you're in the Atlanta Run Club. That's something like I wasn't even aware that run clubs were like a thing until like a year ago.
Right.
You know, and you get on
Me
social
neither.
media. Yeah. Like, I have so many questions about the marathon. Before I just have one more question about the New York Marathon.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
New York City Marathon. That sounds so much better. So, how do you line up? Like, if there's 55,000 people, I'm gonna let him out soon. Well,
it's
like,
okay,
it's
okay.
well, not out here. Like, yeah. He be howling. Ladarius.
You could let him out.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
can you answer the question?
Yes.
I'm gonna be listening. All right. So, like, how do they line people up? Like, there's 55,000 people. Like, what the hell? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so they do it in waves. So when you sign up, you put your time in that you or actually they kind of like made our time based on our virtual marathon, because like we didn't end up picking our time. They like
Right.
put it based on our virtual marathon time. And then the race starts in Staten Island. So you have to sign up on when you first register to either take the ferry if you're staying in Manhattan, which we were, or take the bus to Staten Island, and then they let you off the bus, and then you get into this like village essentially in Staten Island. Like they close all the roads down, and they have this big camp essentially that people are just like waiting for their start times. So our start time was 10:45, but we had to take the 6:30 ferry was the latest. So we left our apartment at like 5.
6.
Yeah.
So we had to
It's
leave.
a long day.
Yeah, the hotel at 5. We took the subway downtown, got on the ferry, and then we got to like this bus port at the ferry like end station in Staten Island, and then it was like a 45-minute bus ride, right?
Yeah.
To like the start line, and then we waited there for probably an hour and a half.
At the village?
Yeah.
Yeah, an hour and a half, 2 hours, something
Yeah.
like that. But yeah, we just kind of hung
So
out
they
there.
do
but,
it in waves.
But yeah, it's in waves. So I think the first wave was like, well, there's the elite runners, like
Right.
the Olympian level runners. They start off at like 7 in the morning, 7 or 7:30 or something like that.
I think it was like 7:15. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Kipchoge. was there.
Like yeah, like these are like the people literally that run in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Like there's like I think 20 men and 20 women that they go first, and then there's
Get
like
the hell out there, everybody.
yeah, they have clear roads there because they're trying to like set world records.
records,
Yeah.
Literally.
And then there's a group of people behind them that are like, they're like brand sponsored people I saw that like, it's like a group of like 50 or something that like can go. And then, yeah, it's that it just goes by your starting time, your pace time. So the faster paces they put in the first wave and then so on and so on. And then also, again, you're running over the Verrazano Bridge. They close the entire bridge down, and there's the top level and the bottom level. So there's, both sides of the road, all people going on, and the bottom. So that's kind of how that's kind of how they do it. But yeah, when you're running, like, and there's so many cool photos. Like, she just got me a photo for my birthday, like a big frame. But it's like seeing all of these people and like wearing like neon and like bright colors, just because like runners wear, running over the bridge. It's just a crazy visual. Like, and you turn around and you see all these people, and it's like, wow, this is fucking crazy. When you're walking up there, you're like, this is insane. Just seeing literally thousands of people just moving. It's
Yeah.
really crazy to see.
It's really emotional to see, honestly,
Yeah.
and to feel like the energy of all the people, and they have music. Like they had all like the
Yeah,
New
when you're
York
walking up, it's like
songs.
New York, and you're walking up and you feel like, oh shit, this is fucking happening.
Oh, and everyone's
Damn.
dancing. It's like it's a lot. It's
Yeah.
really
Word.
great.
Yeah.
So if the day, like you said, the last ferry leaves is like 6 something. So like, what do you do about food and stuff? Because like that's my next question.
Yeah.
Food.
Well, there's a lot of questions that like we were like, because when we did the marathon here in Atlanta, or like if we run the Publix marathon here, we have all our stuff here because we live here, right? But for New York, we were like, we got a hotel, and we're very particular about our food because we can't have gluten. She can't have dairy, so like we have to like have
Dietary
very specific
restrictions.
food. Yeah, so like we need to make sure that like we have kind of the stuff that we need. So we got a hotel, and we like went food shopping, like at Whole Foods, making sure that we like got all the right stuff, and then we just brought what we needed with us. Like the morning of, we got like, we had bagels that we packed, and like the day before, we're making sure we're like, we went to a restaurant and like carved up, you know, like we went to like an Italian place that we could eat at. Like, so all of that like plays a part when we're doing like these bigger, especially like these huge distances, you know?
Yeah.
And we have to plan. I remember I had gotten, like, you don't want to what's it called, bonking out, like when you're running and you're just out of fuel, like your body's just out of fuel. So like you need to, it's a fine line of like not overeating, but eating enough that it'll carry you through, because again, it's 6, 7, 8 in the morning. You're not running until 10:45. You need to have breakfast, but you still need to like fuel, like you need to go to the bathroom before, like you need to make sure all of this stuff is ready to go. And like we carried so much on us, like food wise, like snack, like gels
that's my
and
next question.
pretzels and blah blah blah. Like we carried a whole bunch, like literally on our packs, because we weren't sure, like, you know, how we would feel. But with New York, it was a very specific thing, because people are handing out bananas, like everyone in the audience, like the crowd, like is handing out snacks and blah blah blah. So we didn't need as much as we had packed, but it's definitely better to be prepared, you know?
Yeah, New York was difficult for us too, because there's a lot more restrictions there than at most races. So typically we run with a hydration pack on, like whenever we run in Atlanta, the larger races, because we use like a certain brand of electrolytes. So we like to make sure we're like all balanced. And for this race specifically, you weren't allowed to have those hydration packs. So we like bought something at the expo, which I don't really recommend doing because you've never ran with it before. So it was a little uncomfy for both of us, the ones we ended up getting. But so we tried to put as much as we could in there. And then when you go to like when they bus you over to the island with the ferry and stuff, anything you bring there, like you're leaving. So they give you a clear bag. That's all you're allowed to bring. So we put our food in there, we took it with us, and then you bring like throwaway clothes. So, and they have big donation bins. So like whatever you wear, because it was really cold when we left.
Yeah, it was cold in the morning.
And then when we started running, we were running in shorts. So like you know,
Yeah.
get rid of all your clothes, and and then this was probably like the most poor fueling strategy we've had during a race, because we were just enjoying it so much that we weren't really focused on the time or like how we were like feeling, like, because normally you try to eat like every 45 minutes or something, but I don't think we ate till like the first 8 miles or something, which was
I don't remember what it was. I just remember it was just a I don't know, he was fucking flying high, especially the first 10 miles.
The first 10 miles was in Brooklyn. It was unreal. The Brooklyn crowds were like, we've heard that the Brooklyn crowds are like crazy, but the Brooklyn crowds were just...
It's just people out there just
oh my God.
Out
their windows, on the roofs, like they just showed up.
So,
it was unreal.
So first off, the phrase "the first 10 miles are exhilarating" to the normal non-running is a crazy thought. But so like, what snacks do y'all eat? Like, what are your favorite snacks to eat while you're running?
We're pretty boring because we eat we used to only eat the Stinger gummies, because I had tried a few gels and like I didn't really like the way they made me feel. So I did the gummies because they have a little bit more fiber, so I just feel like they're easier to digest.
Okay.
So we'd do like 3 gummies every 45 minutes or something.
Oh wow, real light.
Yeah.
Oh, super light. Okay.
Yeah, but this time we added in some like gluten-free
Pretzels. I brought
that
mangoes.
was a good one. Yeah.
The Stroop waffles too.
Oh yeah.
The Stinger Stroop waffles.
Are good.
Okay.
What'd you say? You said pretzels? Mm-hmm. Pretzels, mangoes. Yeah, that's kind of.
We keep it light.
That's kind of we keep it simple. We don't want to do anything like crazy.
Yeah.
While you're actually like running, just simple.
Yeah.
Simple stuff that your body can just easily turn into energy it needs.
I did bring a turkey sandwich to my ultra run, and I did eat it during the race.
Oh wow.
So I ate real food that time, but not for the marathons. We usually keep it light.
Word. Okay.
Yeah.
So like, what if you have to like urinate?
They have porta potties.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
You could just
We definitely
like every
did.
mile. Every mile they have porta potties, so you could just pull over.
So like, even like the Olympians, like, do they be stopping?
Oh, I don't know if they're stopping.
I don't
think they're
stop.
stopping. Yeah.
Yo, that is wild.
The Olympians finish in like an hour
No.
and like 50 minutes or something, right?
No, that's like that would be. I think the
I think 154 is the world record.
is it? I thought it was Kipchoge got like 159.
Okay. So they finish in like 2
They
hours.
finished in like low twos, like
So-
205, something like
yeah.
that.
So I don't think they stop to pee.
No, I don't think so. You've showed me people that like shit themselves
Yeah, some
while
people are
running. Like,
crazy.
they just don't stop.
Some people train to pee themselves, and they just accept that they're gonna pee. Like that's their training strategy. They're gonna pee themselves throughout the race. I'm not even lying. You can look it up on YouTube.
Well, yeah, 'cause I saw a video where the woman was like, the guy's running behind her with the camera, and she's like, "Hey, please don't record me. I literally just moved bowels of myself." And
Yeah.
the guy keeps recording, but I'm like, "What do you mean? Like, you're not gonna stop?"
Yeah,
no,
some people are
yeah,
crazy with
yeah.
it. We're not that crazy with it.
No,
That
we
shit is crazy.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Yeah, our goals are always just like, or my goal. Sorry, I'm not gonna. My goal is just to finish. You know.
Okay.
Sam's goals are sometimes depends
They're
on the
mostly
race.
that too, though. Yeah, it depends on the race and depends on. But like we do a very specific type of training called MAF 180 theory. So it's like very aerobic based training. So for the most part, sometimes we'll do like something for a time, but for the most part, we're really just looking to feel really good throughout the race. So like New York, we felt really, I mean, we have a really slow time, but we felt amazing. We were like dancing with the crowds. Like afterwards, we were able to walk and go get dinner with our families. And the next day we walked around the city. Like,
function.
we don't want to, our goal is not to push, because the way that I see that is like, you can push so hard and you can leave it all out there, and I respect that so much, but this is something that like we want to do for longevity, and we really wanted to train this way. Like we decided as a couple, there were a lot of reasons in my life that I like came to running, but as a couple we like wanted to pursue this because we want to be functional. We want to be able to go snowboarding and not be tired and like do all these other fun things that we love.
Go play pickup basketball with the boys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Yeah,
true.
like we want to feel good. So I don't want to push where I'm like so hurt that like I can't do the other activities I love, you know?
Okay. I feel that. So, to the eating, because I got more questions.
Yeah.
So, like, the days leading up, of course, carbs, you know, like, I'm assuming pasta, a lot of pasta.
A lot of pasta. I'm an Italian boy.
Well, what else? You are.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. So, like, what else is vital to y'all's running, like training, like as
Like
far
nutrition wise?
Yeah, nutrition wise.
For me, it's protein. I honestly I know carb loading is important and I eat carbs with it, but I need to have like a balance with protein. I can't just have like a bowl of pasta. I like to have like a good balance. And then I would say like electrolytes is the other thing.
Yeah.
And just, other than that, we eat pretty just balanced.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. Like, well, I can eat just like a bowl of pasta
Yeah.
and sauce. But, like that's normally what I prefer. This one that I had we had rice, like stir fry with a lot of rice before. Not for New York, but for like one of my bigger like training runs. I remember eating a lot of like rice with my stir fry the night before and like feeling really good the day of. And yeah, like a pack of electrolytes. But it's nothing like, super strict or anything. It's kind of our normal food, but just a little more, just so we can carry ourselves through. And then the day of, like, if it's like a longer run, I'll have my normal breakfast, and then which is like we have like 2 eggs, like a wrap, and then when I'm walking out the door, like I'll have 2 pieces of toast, and then that'll be it.
He definitely focuses on changing his diet more. I literally eat like pretty much exactly the same.
Yeah.
For me, the biggest thing is like sometimes when school gets busy or like I'm in clinic a lot, I'll go the whole day without eating or something like that. And before a race, I'll make sure not to do that. Like I'll make it a priority to not make my schedule so crazy that I make sure I'm eating when I'm comfortable, because I typically eat like every few hours and I normally just have balanced meals, and I just won't eat out before a race, things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the night before though, like specifically, like what would you eat specifically? Like the night before at 26.2 hours.
We went to a restaurant. We went to like an Italian restaurant.
Sans gluten, right?
No, the other one, the one with my dad, I think.
Oh, was that the last meal we had that
Yeah.
night?
Or not? Well, yeah, because we brought it home too. It was like pizza,
Oh yeah, gluten-free
Okay.
pizza
Yeah.
we had with like I put chicken on mine.
Oh, I had a giant meatball.
He had the world's largest
It was
meatball.
the world's largest. Like, it was called the world's largest meatball.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we brought it because we had that like for like a late lunch, and then we had leftovers, so we brought it home.
Yeah.
We had leftovers from another thing too that we didn't even eat those, did we? No, it just smelled
They
really bad in
smelled
the
so
fridge. But yeah, that was kind of it. It was just like pizza. There was some pasta. There was, and again, the world's giant meatball, and we had some dessert stuff too.
Oh
We
yeah,
went to like a
always
bakery.
dessert. We have dessert after every meal. Well,
Yeah,
I definitely have
really?
dessert after every meal. Yeah.
We had found a bakery that was like gluten free, so we were
Also,
able to get
sans
like
gluten. They were amazing.
yeah, we got some stuff too.
For the sugar, I'm assuming.
For the sugar, and there's carbs. Like
Okay.
there's carbs in
Like
it too.
it.
Like it's
Okay.
like, yeah. Again, we don't try to be like we're not like meal preppers.
Okay.
You know, we're not like
We are though because we do meal prep more than most people. You don't. We just do like normal
Yeah,
meals.
yeah, I guess
we're
it's just
not
like-
just plain chicken and rice.
right.
Okay.
Yeah,
We-
I've
we'll-
been
we'll
through
make-
that phase of my life, and I've been through a lot of like restrictive eating and all that stuff.
Just bananas.
And yeah, I was fruitarian. Like I've been through it all.
Oh man.
So that's why we take this approach to being more balanced and
Yeah.
just it's definitely more sustainable than trying to go super hard one way or the other.
Yeah.
And it's also like never been like a weight thing for us. You know, we're not like trying to lose weight or like gain weight or anything. Like
Okay.
we like to. One of the things we like to say is like we can kind of eat whatever we want because we run. You know,
Yeah.
because we work
I mean,
out.
yeah.
So we don't have to change our diet. We have a baked good. Like we make stuff every single night. You know.
Okay.
So we
We indulge.
yeah we don't cut stuff out.
But
Yeah.
that's definitely because of you. Because I definitely come from a history of restrictive eating, binge eating disorder, like all the things of going kind of back and forth between exercising for losing weight and then exercising for feeling good. And as a woman, like running a lot of the times actually makes you gain weight. That's how we found this training style, the MAF 180 theory.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was the way that I can train without gaining weight from running, because it like in an aerobic base, you're putting less stress on your body because it's a slower pace. So you're not having as much of a cortisol spike. So for me, now it's really refreshing, like being able to eat balance and like, so that's one of the reasons we don't get too crazy with it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Word. Okay, wait. So can you speak a little more to the cortisol?
Cortisol spikes?
Yeah, and just like because that concept just sounds so perplexing to me. To like you could run miles and end up gaining weight.
Yeah, so for
That's
me,
specifically for girls, right?
no, it can
Oh, it
happen.
can be for boys?
Well, I think it can just happen in general. Like when you're just overstressed, you just release more cortisol. So for me in my life, when I was doing that, like I think a lot of people, we take on, you know, a lot of stress. And then when you're doing this training plan, like the training plan specifically that I was following at the time was high mileage, and it was supposed to be done at this aerobic base, but I wasn't doing it at the aerobic base. I was just running all out every single run.
Oh, man.
So I was really stressing myself, and then I was also trying to lift because I like to lift too. So it was just like a lot of over exercising, and then yeah, my body just like was hanging on to a lot of like, I was just kind of like swelling, I would say. I don't know. It was just like not very comfortable. Like I didn't feel like myself. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can you describe the math 180 training?
Yeah, MAF 180. So it's just like, there's like this study that they did. and-
MAF.
Yeah, MAF.
What does it stand for?
Oh, I thought
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's,
thinking numbers. Okay.
I think it's because I believe, I could be speaking to this incorrectly.
Middle world is aerobic.
No, but I think
it?
it's because I think it's like technically the Phil Maffetone theory. He was like the creator of it. And I could be wrong if you fact check me on that. But he, it's basically like he did a study with all these people to find out like what their aerobic heart rate zone is in. And he found that like the average of most people is 180 minus your age. So for us at the time, it was like between 142 and 152, because you always like add 10. You have like a 10 beats per minute like range that you can keep it in. So yeah, we keep it between that range for most of our runs. Like,
Yeah, we
that's
try to
most
keep
of
our heart rate
easiest.
at that at that range, and we'll track it on.
Okay.
We'll have like an Apple Watch, so we'll track it on our run. Our wrist, but like that way we don't overexert. I guess it keeps the stress on our body overall low. So we are slow runners, definitely, but our heart rate is very low. Like we some of our friends are runners, and they'll like, you know, whenever you see like your workout, it'll say like, all right, like your average beats per minute were, and it'll say like 170 whatever, and it's like, damn, that's really high. Like we're trying to stay in the like anything below like 160 for me is like great, you know, anything in 150 is like, but we, you know, so we trade off like going for time, but we like she said, we can walk after the race. And
Okay.
Like I woke up and played a pickleball tournament after one of my marathons with him. Like it's like very like we feel good after, you know? And then and like in the theory is that in the long run, as you keep building your aerobic zone, like you will get faster. Like that's the goal. Like we do want to keep getting better and keep progressing and becoming more like built, because that specific type of training is also like specifically for endurance. So we are trying to like increase our endurance.
Okay.
But it just takes more time. Like it's not the instant gratification of like, okay, I want to run super fast and like break this record, or like, you know, it's just like having to be patient with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when y'all train, like, because when I think of training for like a 26-mile event, so when y'all run on the daily, like, are we talking like maybe 30 miles at a time, or are we like maybe like 5 miles? You know what I'm saying? Like how's that go?
Yeah.
It depends. So we typically do the same training plan. It's like a 16-week training plan. Okay. So we start off small. I think it starts with like 15 miles a week. Oh, okay. So you do like we do like 3 15-minute runs or something in the beginning, and then like you build up. So then your long runs are typically like the last long run we do before the race is 22 miles.
By the end of the plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the people at home, like let's say it's week 1, week 2. Let's say it's week 1. What's the longest run you would like say around the range that you'd have to do?
Week 1, it's like 5 miles.
Yeah, 50
minutes.
minutes.
But it's like the week again, the week 1 runs are like 5 minutes on, 1 minute walk. 5 minutes running, 1 minute walk. You do that 10 times. It comes out to like around 5 miles, like when you're all said and done. But yeah, that's just like, that's kind of the first like month of that program is like these walk runs to build like your threshold. Again, the plan is like geared towards beginners, right?
Yeah, it is. It's the beginner plan, and also it's the aerobic base training. So like the first 4 weeks is supposed to be to build your base. So there's no speed workouts in the first 4 weeks, and then the 5th week, which I'm starting tomorrow, that's that's the first like speed workout, and then those are no more like walk runs. Like now it's just, so for example, this week it's my first speed workout is 2 miles easy, and then like 1 400, 1 800, another 2 miles or something like that, and then 5 miles, 6 miles, 8 miles. So those will be my runs this week.
Okay.
Yeah, so it builds. Yeah. So you can do it.
Yeah, you totally do it.
I'm not gonna lie. This has been like a podcast, but also I'm like siphoning information because y'all, I really have like y'all make it seem very possible, because I've never really met people my age that run marathons, my age range. You know what I'm saying? And so like, yeah, especially people who weren't like, I know you grew up a runner, but you know, hearing you like, you know, I feel like you represent me, like, you know, like a normal human who knows that like it's possible.
Yeah,
Ricky makes it possible because he makes it also like possible with like having a normal life. Like he makes it so that you don't have to make your whole life about this thing and make it still fun. Like that's what you've given me with this whole thing is like you keep it fun for me. You keep it like lighthearted. You keep it like very achievable and just like and you're gonna get bored with it. Like you know you do. Like I want to change the training plan every 3 weeks because I'm just like ugh like
But once you have that, it's just easy to stick to it. You don't got to think about it, like it's there. And like we had said, like there's some like she follows a lot of like fitness like account like YouTubers and stuff like that. Like Nick Bear is one that she follows who like we kind of got this plan from, and like we were joking around like he should sponsor you because because you like represent like what it's like to be a regular person and be able to accomplish these goals. Like they are like super extreme level athletes that like, that they're making the videos about, like, which is inspiring, but it is also inspiring to see just regular people who have jobs and who go to school, who can, like that's just a normal person. This is my neighbor who can run a marathon, so why can't I?
Exactly.
So like that's why we were like, we should reach out and be like, hey, you should sponsor us. We're just regular people, but we accomplish these goals.
The average Joe collection.
Yeah, so that's what I think it is helpful to see just people again, regular people just doing it.
Yeah. And I know that because, again, I am so not this person. Like, I am, like, the very extreme person. Like, that's one of the things I got interested into running for because I was seeing all these people who had struggled with addiction, like, overcoming their addiction with running. And, like, so that's really, like, the background where I come from with it. So I was never someone who just wanted it to be, like, oh, it's just a thing we do. Because I felt like that's not like the sexy answer, right? It's like so much more like cool to be like, oh yeah, we eat like 2 things a day and we're very restrictive and like, that just
we run a
sounds
7-minute
more
mile
appealing to
like,
people.
yeah.
But I will say that like, it's really changed my life to be able to still work towards really hard goals, like in my outside of running, and like have friends still, and like
have a social
like
life.
go out to dinner and like do what I want, but still be able to like achieve a big thing and feel good about it and not feel like scared or like overcommit.
Yeah, because I like hearing y'all makes it seem very plausible. Because I can veer on the side of extreme. And, like the art example, you know what I'm saying? Like I can be an extremist, but at the same time, like something like that, like, I feel like when you add in the male ego plus, any kind of athleticism or anything that requires athleticism, there can be like I want to reach a certain time. But like hearing y'all's goal is like the heart rate.
Right.
That is like my favorite part of this whole thought process, because like I started running back in like April, just kind of like around the track and stuff. By the way, quick question. When y'all train, do y'all train on flat surfaces or like hills? Uneven terrain and shit?
So most of our runs we run, or most of my runs, I like it flat, and we run right next, like there's a trail right next to the Chattahoochee River, and it's like 3 miles, and I'll just run up and down all day, but it's flat. There's no incline.
Okay.
And it's not on asphalt, which I felt like New York with New York. New York's all asphalt, it's a lot less forgiving on your feet and your knees and stuff. Whereas when you're running in like a trail in the woods, it's a lot easier. It's dirt, it's not as tough on your body. So that's my preferred. But I think I might need to start incorporating some more asphalt and some more hills just to make it easier when those other runs come. But just for training purposes, I like to keep it simple.
Okay.
I like to train the hills because because of the races that we're doing, like for Atlanta.
Atlanta's a pretty hilly course.
So for
Atlanta's very hilly.
Yes. Yeah. So for the first time I ran it, I had trained the hills by our house like that whole time. I really wasn't running our trail that often, and I really was thankful that I did it because I felt like totally normal throughout the race. But I definitely can identify because we're from, like we said, New Jersey is very flat where we're from. We're from the shore, so there's no hills at all.
Oh yeah.
So that was like a shocking thing for me when I first moved here. So I like to train the hills, but the first 4 weeks I try not to have the training plan just because it's really hard to stay in aerobic zone when you're training the hills. Cause
it's hard to keep the heart rate like within that zone when you're going. Yeah.
Okay.
So I've been training mostly trail, but I will transition back to the hills, except for speed workouts. I'll do flat.
Okay.
Because we want to manage our stresses, we want to manage the stressors.
Yeah. I love this, man. I really I feel like I want to run a marathon.
Yeah. So look,
I swear, man, bro.
look, we came in. I said we'll try. The Atlanta Marathon is March 2nd,
Yes.
and
Sign
I don't
up.
think I'm doing the full one. I mean, it depends. We're gonna see. Like, we applied to get into the Chicago one. We'll find out next week.
Okay.
But I was planning on seeing how that went and seeing how my body felt. I haven't really run since New York, but I was probably aiming at the half marathon.
That's what I was thinking.
All right, so you can
Yes.
Well, okay. Well, can
March
I start with
2nd. And look, hold on. We brought you something too.
Oh, they came prepared.
Yeah. We brought you something because we thought it might sway you.
Wow, y'all came with a plan.
He did
wow.
grab
Yeah.
He did grab this before he left with the intention of persuading you.
Yeah, it's in this one.
Wow, it's working.
Yeah, that's a good one too because I think it's 12 weeks away now. So if
So you have
sign
12
up for
weeks.
it, 12 weeks is enough.
This is what you
time.
get.
Okay.
A nice, legit. Yeah, feel that.
Swaggy.
Yeah.
Heavy. Yo, this
Right
is
here, you can hang it.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, again, it's 12 weeks away. It's 13 miles. So
Ooh, okay.
not 26.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
okay, question. What about starting with like a 5 or
5K.
10K?
That's great too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you could totally do that.
I think Atlanta has those too, honestly. I think
Yeah.
the Atlanta Marathon has like options like that also.
Yeah,
but
I think it's like the Saturday because the marathons on the half of the marathons start together and it's the same course. I think. For
I think
the
so.
First half at least.
Yeah.
And then I think I could be wrong, but I think the Saturday they do like a 5K or something. I don't know.
Okay.
But there's definitely like a ton of 5Ks. Like there was just one at my school last night. So they
Word.
always have 5Ks around here.
yeah, and I think too, like seeing that, like being in that environment.
Wait, can you record, Ricky?
Oh.
Okay, cool. All right, there we go.
So I think like even seeing that, like being there for that environment, because that was the thing for me. I was like seeing like the fanfare with it.
Oh yeah, with my first half here, he came to support, of
Right.
course, and he had said that to me after. Like he was like, I think I want to do this next year because you were like really excited.
It's just
about-
cool, like seeing
yeah.
all these people that are like excited about this thing and like, you know, chasing a goal, and like the energy at marathons is like people are just like happy and like
Yeah.
mostly want to be helpful, and like it's really like a good environment. Like so me seeing her doing it, I was like, oh fuck, like I want to do this next year. So if you go again, you'll see all the people and like you'll be like, oh fuck, this is really cool. Like
Yeah, it is the energy. Like I used to be very hippity dippity, and I would always be like, I don't need to pay for a race. Like that's silly. But I will say that like you're paying for like something so much more than that. Like
Yeah.
it's an experience again to see like the best parts of humanity. Like people wheeling, like running with people in wheelchairs who can't run. Like it
Right.
just makes you so grateful. And like everyone who doesn't decide to run but comes out and spends their whole afternoon like just supporting you and cheering you
Yeah.
on. Like it's just like reminds you that like yeah, like people are just really,
Yeah.
really nice.
Word. Okay.
yeah.
And so the Publix one, is that the one right up there on Spring Street?
I think it starts at the Olympic Park. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it starts right next to Mercedes Benz. It starts.
Word, and then comes like
It goes throughout. It goes. I'm
You're
getting.
talking to two
yeah,
very
we're-
directionally
yeah, I'm
challenged
Yeah.
people.
I'm like, oh yeah, it goes like I'm trying to just throw out belt line. Inman Park.
Let me see if it has the.
I don't know if it'll
I
say
wonder
on
which.
there.
Okay, because I wonder if it's the one. If it's like the Publix. It's a Publix. Wait, hold on. It's a Publix that I walk to up the street. Well, I mean it's up the street, probably a mile and a half away. But I wonder if that's the one, because one time. 2 years ago, I remember there being some kind of marathon in the city. But it was right up there, like in Midtown. Like, does it? Okay,
Yeah.
does it go off to Midtown? I'll ask that.
I think so. Right?
Yeah, I think.
The
Okay,
borders are a little
Yeah,
blurry.
I don't know. We're tough. It's tough. Again, it's not our home state.
We only lived here for 3 years.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, true that.
But yeah, again, half marathon in 12 weeks is absolutely doable, especially because like you don't just sit around all day. You know what I'm saying? You're not like somebody who's been sitting on the couch for the last year. You know what I'm saying? Like you play sports, you work out, you lift weight, whatever. You know, like you are physically active. So like you'll be able to do 12 weeks, 13 miles.
Y'all
you know?
can train together.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, because like I said, there's a track right there.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
It's,
You should go
Yeah.
to a run club too. They have like honestly, it's fun. There's like 100 people that go. It's not like a small thing.
see, can I speak on that
Yeah,
for the camera?
yeah.
Run clubs,
You're off them.
they frighten me.
Ooh.
Why?
Just because, like, no, okay, frighten's a heavy word. It just,
Is intimidating?
maybe a little bit. I think like the ego is like, dang, I don't want people to see me not
Like being the
thriving.
best.
Exactly. And that's a sick way to live.
Yeah.
But maybe I should try that.
Yeah.
Because I just been looking for like something else to get lost in. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, once you get past like 24, 25, I'm learning that like hobbies are super important.
Right.
And just something to just literally just get lost in. And so the doubling of like staying physically active with it,
Right.
and the heart rate thing, I really like that heart rate thing. There's something
Yeah.
about that. So yeah.
Yeah, again, that's and one of the ways, like, you just gotta find your like way into it, So if it is like tracking your heart, or, like, again, if she had gotten me an Apple Watch for Christmas a couple years ago, and like you can see all your stats. I only wear it now when I run, but you can see like your heart rate decrease over month to month to month. So like your resting heart rate is going down. You're like, oh, that's really cool. Like my body is being more efficient, because I'm working out more. So it's like seeing all of these, like the stats was like a way to get me in. And then like another way to get me in was like, I like the gear, looking up like shoes and the reviews and like getting like the gloves and the
merch.
Yeah. Like that was a way for me to get in. Like, so if you just find like your way into it, like,
Okay.
and then once you start doing it, like for a long enough time, it'll just be part of like your regular routine. Cause like, and there was a time when I remember I had like after that first marathon, I had like my knee was like messed up for a little while. It was like a couple months where I ended up having to go to like her chiropractor, and like he ended up getting me straight. But this was a few months of like a couple months after that marathon where I was like not able to run. And I remember being like upset because this was like a part of my life now that was taken away, So I was like, oh fuck, like I really like this now, and now that I can't do it, I'm upset that I can't do it. So it will become like just a part of your regular like life and routine. And again, it's like you can just walk around all day and not be tired, Like that's just a thing that we take for granted as young people, but like the years will start to add up.
Yeah.
And then like, like before it's like, oh fuck, like it's tough walking up these steps kind of thing,
Yeah.
But yeah, with this, it helps with that, with the mental, the physical, all of that. It's a good look. There's worse hobbies that you could be involved with,
Yeah. That's true.
And it could be like for me, it was a way because I used to like be really, I used to just try to find more, right, out of life. Like I didn't just want to go. You get into the phase of life where you're like people just go out every weekend, and like I just got really bored of that. Like I needed something more from that. And like for me, it was like, oh, this is really cool because you can run races around the world, and then you meet people. Like we were at the expo for New York, and like the first person we met was like she didn't start running till she was 57 years old, and now she ran Boston Marathon 8 times. She ran Tokyo, she ran Berlin, like all these crazy
She had run like
races.
17 marathons.
And you literally make them like, it's like my favorite way to see cities because it's like I need to like directionally like get myself oriented. So when I lived in New York, I didn't take the subway for the first year. I would just walk everywhere because like I just needed to see where things were.
Yeah.
And like you literally get to see an entire city by foot. They close down all like it's just to me like such a good way to do it. You meet friends that are like motivated and want to keep living life and not just kind of deteriorating themselves. And then that makes getting old scary. And like
It does. Yeah.
if you keep getting fitter and like enjoying life and getting to see all these new experiences, like novelty is so important for neuroplasticity, and like it just creates a better life and excitement for life. So I feel like it's just a nice thing to
to do. Yeah.
Oh, that was a quote. Novelty is important
Yeah.
for neuro.
Plasticity.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. We need something to get lost in, man.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow, man. I love y'all. Seriously, like marathons used to sound so wild to me. And then just being honest, I think too, like, just being black, running isn't always like running for distance isn't always like pushed, I feel like, to especially younger black boys and girls. And so like, because even like I ran track and I ran distance, but like it was kind of faux pas almost, and I hated it as well. But you know, most
Yeah, well, that's because you were forced to do it. When you're forced to do a thing, you don't want to do it, you know. But then when you find it on your own, then you start to love it, you know. Like I remember, I was the same thing with school. Like I hated going to school because I was forced to go to school. But then like I found I hated reading books because I was forced to read the books. But then you don't go to school anymore, and you're like, oh, wait a second. I can pick the books that I want to read, and I like reading the books now, you know? So it's like, it would be the same thing with running. It's like, you were forced to run it for track. You were forced to run it in gym class. You were forced, like, I was the same way. I was like, I hate fucking running.
Yeah.
I'm always tired. It's not fun.
Yeah.
I'm always out of breath.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, fuck, like, I got to get my run in this week, you know? So, yeah, once you find your way to it, then, you know, it's you find your way to love it.
Yeah,
you know?
it becomes empowering. You know, when you choose to do it, it becomes something that like you empower yourself because you're just making yourself stronger. Like you're making yourself more disciplined. And then you become proud of yourself. Like you become like proud of like the adult you're becoming. You know, because I think we're both like little kids still in a bunch of ways. Like we like to have fun and do things, but like. Yeah, for me, I feel proud with the consistency component. Yeah. Like, that makes me feel excited about things. Because you could go out and run a marathon right now. Like, you really could. You can go out and do 26.2, and, like, it might suck, but you could totally do it. But if you train for it and then do it, you'll feel, like, so empowered by that.
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I think y'all...
Do we convince you?
Okay, I'll say this. I'll commit to this right now on camera. Hear me out.
On camera.
Okay. 2025, I will at least run a 5K.
Okay.
Start with that.
Okay.
Start with that. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll start with that. We'll start with
Okay.
that. Because I feel like if I just say one, maybe by my birthday. My birthday's in May. Let me not. Okay.
That's plenty of
Okay.
time.
Let me just say one next year. I promise. I will at least do a 5K.
Okay.
But by this time next year, I could be a marathon man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, who knows? Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But y'all have literally convinced me. For real.
You have to let us know if you sign up for anything.
Yeah.
We'll come cheer you on.
Yeah. Because I want to see, like, now I want to see the environment and things like, yeah. Oh, this is sorry, one more question.
Yeah.
Do y'all listen to music when you run?
Sometimes. So like, I definitely, I would say like 85% of the time I do. Sometimes I'll get bored and like I'll listen to a podcast, or like lately, like during football season, I've been listening to like fantasy football podcasts. That's when I'll get like my fantasy football, like, you know, figure out whatever. But that's only like an hour. So if I have a longer run, then I'll switch to music or something. And it depends on the day. Like sometimes I'm just not feeling music, and like you could run with no music. It really kind of depends. I feel like more often than not, I run with music. There's been times where like I mentioned this to you the other day. Like I had run like after taking an edible and like listening to music while you're like running. It's like, it's such a crazy meditative like zone I got in, you know, that it's like the music sounds amazing, your body feels amazing, like you feel like every pore like sweating, you know, but it just feels really, really great, you know. And like again, like listening to music in that setting was really like really, really enjoyable.
Yeah.
And and again, more often than not, I am with music. I think I would like to not listen to music a little more. I think it's maybe just like easier to unplug, you know, like I think I would like to do that a little more, like unplug from everything completely.
Turn your phone off.
Yeah. Turn your phone off. But yeah, I think more often than not I'm listening to music for the longer ones. Yeah.
I try to, so I might still listen to music, but I try to have a part of every run where I'm not listening to anything. Because for me, it's like my moving meditation, like I feel like I get so overstimulated throughout the day. I'm very sensitive to stimulus though. You're like better able to like have the TV on and like have music playing. Like
right, doing something on the computer. Right.
Yeah, I need like quiet at parts of my day. So for me, like I try to make every run, like I might still listen. Like today I had to run for 2.5 hours. So I listened to an audiobook for the first hour. Then I didn't listen though, because especially if I'm listening to like something like a book, I feel like you need to give yourself time to process like what you just heard. Yeah. So then I unplugged for like an hour, and then for the last push of the last half hour, I listened to Christmas music. So like I try to balance it, but for races, I don't listen to music because the energy is really great. I would recommend for races not like listening, just because.
You could, for New York, we didn't even bring our headphones because we were like, we just wanted to feel the crowd and stuff like that. Yeah, but for training, again, it does get like, a little monotonous sometimes. So it's like, all right, listen to music. You just got sometimes if you're listening to a certain thing, like your heart rate might jack up a little bit. You just got to be careful with that.
That's real.
Sometimes.
That really does
like
happen with music.
A song that like gets you like really pumped, and you're like, you look at your watch, you're like, oh shit, I'm in zone 4. Like, well, I gotta calm down, you know, like.
Word.
Yeah.
You can get hyped.
Yeah. Word. Okay. So, I guess any last. Sorry. Wait, can one of y'all move your...
Check.
Hello?
Okay, maybe it's this one.
Is it coming out?
Okay, here we go. Okay, so any last pieces of advice for people at home, just for life? Because I like how y'all are very thoughtful, very aware of things like neurons. Anytime I hear any kind of neurological activity,
That's her.
Love neurology.
So do y'all have just like any advice for people at home? Or like any, you know what I'm saying, quotes?
I'm going to give advice for women, like specifically from my experience. So my advice for you, because we grew up again in like a beach town, and I really struggled with like body image, and I really struggled to train. Even though I loved it, I really struggled to train to look a certain way. And when I got out of that mindset, when I was just training for fitness and training to like accomplish these goals, and I transitioned to like more of an intuitive approach, it really brought me a lot of joy, and I've been able to meet a lot of other women who felt the same way, and it created like more self-confidence in a lot of the things I do. So I just feel like, that was something that for me was really life-changing, and I just want more women to see it as, train to feel good and to live the life you want to live and to have fun, and don't be so hard on yourself, because we're just always hard on ourselves in all the aspects of life. So training should not be one of them. Training should be fun,
Nice.
Okay, nice.
That's my advice.
Nice.
I guess mine would be like, and this is kind of our mindset with like the way we like train for marathons is like, again, we're not always going fast. We're not, 7-8 minute miles is not going to be us, but like, we're always moving forward. We're not always moving fast, but we're always moving forward,
Okay, I like that.
So like as long as you just are always moving forward, like you'll get to the end, So that's kind of it. Just always just be moving forward and you'll make it to the end. It doesn't got to be fast. You don't got to be first. You probably won't be first, but just keep moving forward and you'll make it to the end.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yo, this is great.
That was sweet.
Y'all are lovely, man. I love y'all. Wow, yo. This has been great, yo.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah. Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
and again, this could be you.
Fun.
And look,
This could be you.
We're so excited to run with you. We gotta schedule a run.
Yeah. Look, I brought you another one too, just so you could take a look at
The end goal.
the other. There's some more hardware you could take a look at.
Yo, so you get these for... Yo, this
Yep.
is...
Look at the back.
And then we went and commemorated it.
Yo, you got paid for these?
At New York, they were offering like free engraving services, but we had to leave, so we couldn't get it. So we just got it when we got down here. It's like $20.
But no, these come with like your entry fee. So the entry fees for New York are pretty hefty, but
What's the entry fee?
it was like $400.
Okay.
Oh, was it that much?
Yeah, it was $395. I'm pretty
Oh
sure.
shit. Yeah, New York's was a lot. I know that like Atlanta, especially the half marathon. I think right now is like
135.
135, something like that. So again, you get a shirt, you get a medal when you finish, and you get to experience a great experience with a lot of people.
Yeah, man, that's cool. Yo.
Yep.
Word. Man, I gotta have y'all back again.
Yeah, that was so fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And like you said, we need to schedule a run.
Yes, we'll record it.
Yeah, I got a drone that can follow us.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
shit.
Yeah.
All right, we'll
Okay.
post it for proof.
Yes. And next year, by the end of next year, at least 5K.
At least a 5K, right?
You
We
got
got
it.
this.
Yes, they've
Yeah.
convinced me. Okay. Well, it's been great, y'all.
Bye.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love y'all.
That was so fun.
Wow.